San Francisco with a stubborn problem. Despite a massive increase in spending and thousands of more people being placed into housing, the city's homeless population has remained unchanged over the years. Tonight, we continue our look at San Francisco's efforts to address homelessness and the idea of flow.
If you haven't addressed inflow and you haven't addressed outflow, it's going to fill up again.
So last week, we showed you a new report on how the city's homeless system is basically filling up. The big increase in the number of people getting housing isn't keeping pace with the number of people who need it. So tonight, we're going to look at one part of this challenge, and that's how to keep people from coming into the system. Wilson Walker joining us now with more on his report.
That's right. How do you limit inflow, thereby creating more space in the system for those who might need it? Now, part of that answer comes from a kind of forgotten part of homelessness, not those who we see on the streets or in shelters even, but those who often out of the blue find themselves at risk of being there.
And I didn't want to show my kids how I just break down in the middle of the night trying to figure out where I'm gonna let my kids sleep at. You know, my daughter goes to school out here.
For Tasha Ioromi, the threat of eviction didn't quite seem real until the letter appeared on her front door.
I was scared when I seen that it had a court date. My daughter's dog.
After spending several months and many of her paychecks helping struggling family members, she was behind on her rent.
I was just thinking that we were going to be homeless again because we already was homeless before.
Do you know what you would have done had you been evicted from here?
Probably go to a shelter. I don't know.
As you can see, I do a lot of artwork, so the lighting and...
Sherry Kozlakowski has lived in her Panhandle apartment since 1998, but she almost lost it during the pandemic when she received a stage 4 cancer diagnosis.
It's incredibly overpowering, and it sort of sent me into a spin, like, you know, how am I going to pay for everything? How am I going to pay my rent? I was always very timely on my rent.
So what would she have done if she had lost her home?
I literally, I probably would have been one of the statistics out in the street, because
they are the faces often left out of San Francisco's homelessness conversation, people that are not on the street or clearly in a state of crisis, but they are right on the verge of homelessness without some timely help.
I just needed my rent for me to get help getting my back rent paid down.
Plus, I would probably cost the city a lot because I may have even ended up on the street, seriously.
So prevention is, in my view, one of our biggest opportunities. If you can stop somebody from becoming homeless or get to them in that first 30 days, that is some of the cheapest and highest effective money that we spend.
Sharky Laguana, member of the San Francisco Homeless Oversight Commission, says in the right cases, a little money can go a long way. Evidence shows that people who do end up on the street are at much higher risk of developing other challenges, physical and mental health, maybe substance abuse. And the longer people are on the street, the more severe those problems can become.
Now you have to spend enormous amounts of resources taking care of that person when they show up to the ER or they cause problems out on the street. And all of that, think about that daisy chain of events that we have to take care of. All of that could have been stopped if we had invested $500 in keeping them in their apartment right at the critical moment when they were about to lose their home.
You know, people wonder, oh, what is it that I can do to help? Instead of just building affordable housing, which has to, of course, be built, to do all the things that kind of come before that or contribute toward it.
For Sherry and Tasha, help came through the Eviction Defense Collaborative, a nonprofit that partners with the city.
I don't think I can thank them enough. Now that I got that part out the way, I feel better. I feel a lot of weight off of my shoulders.
A weight off of her shoulders and one less family entering homelessness, the kind of solution with upsides for the city and certainly those who suddenly find themselves in need of some help.
Being able to stay in my home and all the people that allowed that and helped that, I'm really grateful to them because that really helped sustain my life. It did. And here I am, I'm still here, you know.
Yeah, prevention is a really small portion of the city's portfolio, what we spend on homelessness, but you can see how we would get a lot of mileage out of the money spent the right way. Now, the two people we just met, they were great candidates for this. They were really just facing sort of that financial hurdle. There are other people who obviously might have, different problems beyond their immediate housing needs. And so the challenge for the city here is finding, the right signal markers. Who is a good candidate for that rental assistance? Who might need other kinds of help? And then again, how do you keep people out of the system, save a bed for someone else who might need it?
Absolutely. Okay, and you've been doing these series. We have another one coming up next week. What's on tap?
Yeah, well, we talked about flow initially, and we just talked a little bit about how you keep people from flowing in, keep some pressure off the system. Well, what's going on in the system? Who is in our permanent supportive housing, which is where the vast majority of the money goes? Who is in the system and what is happening there? That's next week.
And then who gets out?
Who gets out? Yeah.
Can you find some?
We're working on it.
Okay, it's not easy.
Not easy.
Okay, all right, Wilson, thank you.